Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga with Maria. I'm Maria and today we're practicing Kriya Yoga. So this was a request from one of you guys, one of the subscribers to this community and this channel. And I just want you guys to know that I take those really seriously. So if there's anything else you want to learn about or to practice, just leave a comment below and I'll do my best to make a video about it. So Kriya Yoga or kriyas in general are generally associated with Kundalini Yoga. And I want to be clear right up front that I'm not an expert in Kundalini, I'm not an expert in kriyas, I'm not officially trained in either of those things. But I did want to share the top 3 kriyas that I like to practice or that I have practiced throughout the years under the guidance of really great teachers. So grab your mat, you don't need any props, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Let's get started. Okay, friends, so grab a seat on the floor. You definitely don't really need a mat for this, only to maybe support the knees a little bit later. You're going to come to a nice, comfortable seated posture where either the ankles are crossed or you can bring one heel in front of the other. And then if you need to lift the seat, if you have any pulling or discomfort in the knees, I would recommend avoiding a block or a thick book for this one and instead use a blanket or a nice soft pillow to sit the hips on. And then the hands can come to the knees. And before we get started, I'll say the kriyas that we're going to practice today, it's just 3 of them and they are movements that are linked to the breath. And these movements are repetitive and so they build heat and energy in the body, a bit of an upward flow of energy, which will warm up the body, but it'll also may become intense. So I recommend that if you haven't practiced kriyas before, or these practices specifically before, to just take it slow, monitor the body here, and as we go, I'll give suggestions about how long you can do each of these practices. But to start out, just ground the hips down into the mat. Hands can come to face down on the knees. And just close the eyes for a moment here first. Sit up tall. Make sure that the shoulders are stacked over the hips. And we'll take a breath in and out. 2 more like this. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, committing to listening to our bodies as we do this. Breathing out, letting go of any mental distraction. And you can flutter the eyes open. In this first one, we're just going to start to circle the chest in big circles. Just choose one direction. And you'll start to make circles. You can put a little pressure into the hands, into the knees so that you have some stabilization here. Yeah, and then again, if you've never done this before, you might start with small circles. And then you may grow them as you go. Some people like to have their eyes closed, so that's an option here as well. So you're just continuing to kind of stir the pot. Good. And then we'll pause at the top and just take it that other direction. So we'll start to notice this is opening the hips a little bit, building a little bit of energy in the pelvis and the base of the spine. It also might begin to fatigue the core or the abdominals. Also brings a little bit of movement into the spine here. So do a few more. And then find stillness at the top. And just pause here. So we just did these for maybe 30 seconds each side or so. And I would say that's a great place to start if you're new to this. But you can do that practice up to 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes going either direction. Great, and then let's move on to the next one. So you'll move the blanket away just for a moment and come to find hands and knees. It's important to set up the shoulders over the wrist and the hips over the knees so you've got 90-degree angles in the body here. And then breathe in, let the belly drop down. The chest reaches forward, gaze goes forward and up. This is cat pose. On your exhale, you'll round the spine, press into the hands, let the head fall heavy, the back of the neck gets long. Breathe in, belly drops, chest reaches forward and up. Cow pose. Exhale, round the spine for cat. And then you're just going to keep going, breathing in to drop the belly for cow. Breathing out, rounding the spine for cat. Stay at this pace and then begin to move a little bit faster. You'll speed up the breath with that. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. You can take it a little bit faster if it feels okay. Using the breath for each movement. And then begin to slow down gently. Last one, breathe in, breathe out. Come back to neutral and just set the hips back onto the heels. So for this one, yeah, you might have flung a little snot. No big deal. For this one, I didn't go maybe as fast as I absolutely could have, but I'm just kind of easing you guys into this. You could take that a little bit faster as long as the breath is synced with each movement. And you'll notice that as you were exhaling, there's a little bit of a pumping of the breath. So it's like, and that's kind of the effect that you want to get. And again, you can do that up to about 3 minutes. I would recommend starting with 30 seconds to a minute, but doing that 3 minutes, as like quite quickly, you can see how that would be very intense. So, build up to it as you go. We're going to come back to a seat. Come to sit back on your blanket if you need one. And then the heels or ankles will cross, or the heels can stack one in front of the other. From here, reach the arms to the sides, palms face up, and then you'll just bend the elbows, and the first 4 fingers will come to the front of your shoulders, and the thumb will come to the back. Just make sure that the elbows stay lifted here. And the motion we're taking here is going to be, you're first going to twist to the left. So I'm not going to mirror you. So go the opposite way as me. You're going to turn to the left, and then you're going to turn to the right. And you're going to keep going like this. When you turn left, you're going to breathe in. When you turn right, you're going to breathe out. So let's try this together. So breathe in, turn to the left. Breathe out, turn right. Breathe in, turn left. Breathe out, turn right. And you can see here, keep going. You can see here that there's going to be a little bit, again, of a pumping of the breath. So try this. Breathe in, breathe out. The head turns with the torso. You can speed up just a bit here. And then slow it back down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Come back to center. Just take the arms up for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands come to the lap. Relax the arms. Let the eyes close. Just feel the effects on the body here. You might even be able to feel this here, but this last one is really nice for detoxifying the body. And just tune in to normal breath. Just notice how the breath sits after these practices. And then feel free to sit in this upright position for as long as you need. I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions about this at all, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to find you answers. Namaste, guys. Another practice that's often done with kriyas and stems from Kundalini Yoga is called breath of fire. And lucky for you, I've made a video about that. I'll link to it here so you can test it out. But it also builds energy and heat in the body, and so you can do it along with the kriyas that we just practiced, or you can do it all on its own. Give it a try and let me know how it goes.